Hey, how's it going? I'm Nick Ashby, obviously, and I got Cris Payne here, who is Truck Guru. If you've seen any of these trucks out here at SEMA, there's a good chance he has something to do with it. How many vehicles you got this year?
58 this year.
58 this year. What's the most you've ever delivered in 1 year?
64, 65.
64, 65. Now, what does that actually take to do 64? Because you're not turning the wrenches, right?
Well,
like, what do you do?
used to. So I used to turn the wrenches quite a bit, but now that I do so much volume, I had to kind of pick and choose where I can put my time. And the amount of builds that I have here and the amount of time that it takes to get each and every one of them from concept to creation is ridiculous. So on every build, I would say roughly I have about 200 hours into every single build. We do the full design, the rendering, we do the full project management, choosing every part and accessory that goes on there. Basically, I have to talk to a guy and say, hey, what is it that you want to do with your vehicle or your build? And I have to tell them what they need because they don't have a clue. Yep. The majority of people just kind of like, I want that. And it's like, what are you doing? No, you don't. You don't need that. You don't want that. That's not going to be good for you. And that's kind of the way that it goes. But the full design, the full build management, to the placement at the shows, to the partnering with all the products and accessories and the companies, as well as setting up photo shoots and details, logistics, transport, just every little thing that we do from start to finish. And then we manage shows and events throughout the whole entire year, media, videography, photography, you name it. We've got a hand in it from start to finish.
Nice. All right, so if you got a rig, you want to bring it to SEMA, you want to build it, this is obviously your guy, right?
Yep.
So when someone comes in and they want to build something like this, let's say it's me, I don't know anything about the industry, and I'm like, I've got an F-250. I want to bring it in, I want to build it. What's that going to cost me?
Well, so a lot of guys have this slight narrative that everything is free when you do sponsorships, and that is not the notion
100%.
That should be manifested to the world, because it is so wrong. Yeah. Whether or not you get a product for free, it's never free, because you have to pay for the photo shoots, transport out to shows like this. If you're on the East Coast, that's a pretty hefty bill, $5,000, $6,000, $7+ thousand to get your build to and from, and that's just to drive it out here or haul it. Yeah. So there are a lot of things, but at the end of the day, what I'm able to do is to deliver a significant blow to their budget in terms of partnering with my companies that I deal with to lessen the blow on what comes out of their wallet. Yep. So on average, my minimum average is 12 to 25K saved on every build.
Nice.
Yes.
I mean, I've done a lot of builds, but it's one of those things where you get into a situation and it's like, just because I'm charging you for management on the project and all of that kind of stuff, and I'm using my connections to get you parts and get things, it doesn't mean everything is free, because there's still time that goes into this.
Correct.
There's still energy that goes into this, and a lot of these companies these days aren't giving up necessarily free stuff without some type of back-end commitment that you're going to spend money to promote their product.
Most people have no idea what return on investment means, and traditionally what I like to have is a rule of three. If they're going to give you one of something, we want to make sure that at least 3 people are going to buy that something from your one free thing. Yeah. That's kind of the rule of thumb that I personally try to live by in order to kind of make the return on investment worthy for those partners. Plus, when we give out the content, that's one thing that a lot of these guys are really starving for, is the content. We're able to give them the videography and the photography that they're able to utilize on their social medias, catalogs, promos, websites, just all of the things. And that really right there, that scratches their back quite a bit.
100%. And I know that we have some shoots later this week that we're going to be doing with you guys.
Absolutely.
I know you've got a ton of builds here, this being one of them. And I think is this the Muscles?
This is the Muscle from the Diesel Brothers TV show. Yeah, his name's Keaton Hoskins, and he should be out here today at some time. But yeah, we partnered. Keaton came to me and said, Chris, I want to do a crazy build. Originally, this was slated to be a 6-door, but the shop that he chose to use for that kind of screwed the pooch. He lost a lot of money in that project, but we were still able to kind of deliver something that was next level for him. He wanted black on black. We gave him black on black on black on black.
There we go.
And you know, if you see up top on this thing, we have a brand new Vanderhall electric UTV. People are geeking out about it. They have no idea if it's a Jeep, if it's an FJ. They're like, what is this thing? So people are really, really loving the project.
All right, walk us through the build real quick. Let's check this thing out.
Yeah, let's check it out. So obviously you want to start in the front. You have a Overkill Fab grill. It's illuminated. This is one-off custom. Keaton really doesn't like to do crazy stuff up front. He's more of a factory finish OEM guy, but we wanted to give our elements to the build, because if you're putting heavy-duty bumpers on a build, you can leave the grill off, it's kind of like you're leaving something out, or you couldn't afford to get it. So I'm like, hey man, we've got to do it. We got Cervinis on the hood, of course, fusion bumpers, rigid lightings, monster hooks, clevises and D-rings. If you go around here, you can see the Elevate manufacturing suspension. This right here is a new product that Chris Varner actually helped us out on. He started manufacturing with Elevate an airbag system. Keaton's into air. I'm not a big fan of air, but Keaton wanted it, so that's what we did. And I think it looks great, it rides great. Locked came in on all the shocks and steering stabilizers. And of course, our title sponsor for this specific project is gonna be Fittipaldi Wheels. They came in and they started doing dually wheels last year. I think they kill it. Looks really, really, really good. In terms of the tires, these are Venom Power tires, a great tire. I've had them on my personal rigs. They last, they run extremely well. They've got good side bite. I mean, it's a good tire for something like this kind of build. If that's the kind of build that you're looking for. They, of course, manufacture tires for the bigger wheel stuff that some of the other guys do not manufacture. So it's not for everybody, but for the ones that are looking for the big wheel stuff, this is, of course, is a great option for you.
Nice. I noticed the drive line, so that's good, right?
Yeah, we've got that. What do you know?
Yeah, you got some drive lines in there. All right, so walk about like this little setup right back here. So we've done stuff like this in the past. It was more custom. This looks like something you can just buy off the shelf from Limitless Society?
Yeah, so, well, Limitless Society is one of Keaton's brands that he does. He does a lot of, he takes on people and he helps them be better in their business, in their family, and pretty much everything. He basically mentors people, and that's his brand, Limitless Society. You can check that out, or you can hit him up at The Muscle on any social media platform. But this rack was completely one-off design and built for this specific project. So Keaton had a guy that he actually mentors that hit me up, said, hey, I'd really like to be a part of the project. And I said, yeah, man, let's do it. Him and I spoke on the phone. We shared some napkin drawings. He did a 2D and 3D modeled sketch and then created this crazy thing.
But that's what his company does, is builds racks like this?
That guy's company, yes. That guy's company, yes. So, but Keaton wanted something that was kind of along the lines of being able to capture all of his chaos, which is Can-Ams, the Vanderhall, his sleds, his snowmobiles, things like that. He wanted a rack that kind of could do all things. And that's why we came up with this one, because he's able to, it's a little longer than most right here. It hangs over the back a little bit, but that's because he has those massive snowmobiles.
Find some more stuff. I want to see more builds.
We don't have to go very far. I have it everywhere.
Oh my God. All right, let's go.
This one does not have a front drive shaft.
Oh no.
But he tried to get a drop down transfer case and they did not be able to provide it in time. So, you know, he wants to do it. He has the money to do it. The owner of this one's name is Tyler Boyne. He's out of, I want to say Mississippi or Missouri, one of the M states. I don't know which. But obviously he's got a family, a couple kids. He wanted something that he could haul a bunch of his friends or family in, and he still liked the look of an F-250. It just wasn't big enough. So he said, you know what? Let's stretch it. And here you have it. I think this thing looks, it's not a limo. This is one of his personal rigs. He owns a dealership. He's a very successful businessman, and he wanted something that would grab attention at the dealership, but also haul his family if he wanted to go somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, you have a rear drive shaft, so
at least one of them's fine. Yeah,
I mean, what's the lift on this thing? Like,
I mean, it's got to be 30-something inches tall. I mean, obviously, how tall are you, Nick?
5'10".
See, and look where you were on that thing. So this thing is massive. A lot of powder coating, a lot of detail, straightforward on the kit. Upcountry Fab was the one that fabricated the kit for him.
So what is it like? What does one of these kits cost?
Well, it kind of depends on a lot of the things. If you have dual coilover, so the metal for the material is one cost. You've got coilovers and shocks that are another.
So each one of these kits, though, is built to
somebody specific. Yes, they're not like something that you would shelve. This is something that's more of a, hey, one-off thing. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of 6-doors rolling around. I don't think I've seen more than maybe 2 or 3 here at the show this year. And, I mean, look at them arms. They're as long as somebody's pickup bed. So, yes, this definitely is not something that you would see on a shelf somewhere. It's kind of one of the things like, hey, you want me to build it? Bring it to me, and we're going to keep it for the next 3 months, and this is what you come out with.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of work, too, to go through and powder coat and do all that work, paint, and then put it all back together without scratching it and screwing it up. We've done a lot of cars.
They fab it up, they install it to make sure everything fits. They'll pre-drill or do whatever they have to do in order to accommodate the suspension. They'll pull it all off, they'll prep it, they'll powder it, and they'll put it back on again. And it is a lot of TLC, a lot of work.
All right, so we have made our way over to some more builds you have. In this area, right, we're on the other side of the building, how many vehicles do you have in this area?
I would say over 25.
Over 25?
Yeah.
All right. So what's this one?
This one is a Ford F350, 250. It's actually a 350, so it is a 350. They look the same, I'm sorry. My buddy Ryan Dayan out of Maine. You really can't get any further than Maine. It was like a 46-hour drive for him to come down here and take part in this. This is my 4th SEMA build with Ryan, and as you can tell by how clean this damn thing is, you know, he does it really, really well every single time.
So what do you think are like probably the new 5 things that you're seeing on these builds, whether it be emblems, suspension, shocks, anything in general?
A lot of overlanding stuff. People want to bolt a bunch of stuff to their trucks. You know, I'm talking Pelican cases, Rhino racks, you've got tents and canopies. You know, I don't know if people are using them or if they're just for looks, but for the most part, I think people are really trying to do a modular bolt-on stuff for pretty much anything and everything they can get their hands on. I guess maybe for them it's a way for their return on investment to be made by trying to capture anything and everything they can to put on their build so that makes it worthwhile for, I guess, maybe their wife or their pocketbook.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This thing is, you know, it's supercharged.
Okay.
It's got a Goliath with a
right.
7.3 underneath there. And this guy does custom interiors. This is an old Ford Series truck, which he specializes in. And as you can tell at this truck, something this old, something this, you know, I guess old really, it's really not this clean, but if you look at this thing, pretty sure every single crevice on this thing is prestigiously clean. Every nut and bolt has been, you know, fiddled with. He's very attentive to detail. Matthew Morgan from Morgan's Auto Trim, that's where you can get a shot of this interior, see what he does. Shout out to him. He specializes in old trucks. Super, super good stuff. Again, Fittipaldi's our title sponsor on this one as well. Mickey Thompson's are on this one. You know, we wanted to
kind of these 37.
These are 37s, yeah.
37, 24.
Yeah, 24. So again, he wanted an element of old and new. So this is the old / new, and this is the new, and this is the old.
Yeah.
So kind of being able to marry them and make them look really good, it's kind of a difficult display sometimes, but
I mean, just even being an old Ford, like it seems super clean, right?
we managed to make it work, man.
Yeah.
And then again, right there is a very practical build that we've done as well. It's a new 2023 TRX, obviously. This is a PPF film from Steck that is clear carbon fiber. So in the sun, it really, really pops. They did a great job on the install. Shout out to Steck for that. Again, you know, as you see, we've got Mickey Thompson's on a lot of our builds. Again, Fittipaldi's a title sponsor for this whole row of cars that I've got here.
Wow. And
as you walk down, you'll see a little bit of anything and everything. This is something that's a little bit on the wild side of practical.
Yep.
You know, an Overland Expedition styled rig. He's got a jack mounted to the rack there, which is kind of crazy. Hopefully I don't make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
So, but it's just, that's what you get at SEMA, a little bit of wild and crazy, something that's new, something you don't see every day. Got the Overland topographical map wrap. So, I mean, again, these are features that SEMA basically delegates the whole industry to have throughout the year. And that's why we love to be here, is because we pretty much get to set the tone of the trends by doing what we want to do.
Yep. I mean, even a 42 on something like this it doesn't look overly big. It looks big, but it doesn't look overly big.
Yeah, and he clears and he doesn't have any issues, so it's you know.
Well, it's nice that when they design these, they're a 1350 or 1350.
They're very practical, so they don't rip up your fender wells or chunk
like
your bumpers.
Most of these bigger stuff are like 1450s, 1550s.
Correct.
And your swing radius on that is
it's killer. You got to take 400-point turnarounds.
Yep.
Nobody
100%.
wants that.
No.
So I mean, if you just keep walking down here, this is something. This is a young kid. I think he's 22 years old. He did a crazy sound system in the back. Again, you got the Fittipaldi's. This one, Master Track tires on this one. McGoy suspension. And what's really crazy is they spent a lot of time, money, and everything on this kicker audio sound system. This thing will blow your eardrums out. It is insane. The guys over at K&D Customs, my buddy Jacob Anderson, those guys work tirelessly to pretty much knock this out and make it look super cool for the bed exterior sound system.
That's pretty awesome.
I think so. Again, this is a really great rig right here. Mickey Thompson again is represented, but this is kind of more right between your style and mine.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of right in the middle.
Functionality and form.
This guy, obviously, this is one of my favorite Broncos that we did in the past couple years. Super clean, carbon fiber wrapped fenders. Of course, we've got all the cool racks and gizmos and gadgets on top of it. You've got all the tracks, Gibson exhaust, of course. Banks comes on board with a lot of our performance accessories. Gen Y is our hitch supplier, so shout out to those guys. DV8 These are brand new style DV8 bumpers. They just came out with them this year.
So I'm noticing Beltec suspension on this, which Beltec is an old school.
Yeah, they're lower. They were made for lowered, but in the past, probably I would say 8 years maybe, they've really started expanding their line to the lifted application stuff. And we've done several Beltec Bronco suspensions since they came out, and they ride and perform amazing. Cannot say enough.
I mean, well, it's always been a great quality brand.
It has.
Yeah.
It has. They got coilovers and everything. I mean, so when you work with a brand, they don't have to ask other brands to come on board and help and supply parts for their suspension. I feel like that's always a better marriage.
Oh, 100%.
American modified on some of the components, like the grill. Shout out to them for this Bronco grill. He did a little bit of painting on it. You know, of course, look at these lights, dude. Cannot say enough about Baja Designs.
100%.
Shout out to my boy Kyle. Shout out to my boy Damon over there at Baja. Those guys kill it. We're super happy to be a part of anything that they do, anywhere and everywhere. And again,
Baja's one of those companies for that price point. It's like a Mickey. Most of the companies I work with are at that level, right?
They're top tier.
Yeah, and the reason I do that is because we're beating on our stuff. We're going all over the country. We're off-road, on-road, all that stuff. So
you pay for the quality.
100%.
Like, people don't get that enough. Like, if you want it to last, just spend the money up front so you're not buying it 2-3 times.
Yeah, best thing you can say is buy once, cry once.
That's right. And then, of course, you go down here. This is something that a lot of people, I literally saw a 20-something-year-old kid geek out and run over to this saying, oh my God, that's a Tundra. So Chris Butler out of DFW area, he's up in the Fort Worth region, did this one. Rimshell Customs did all the suspension work, custom faceplates. Mammoth Guards did the fender wells. Fittipaldi again on this one. You know, we've got amazing partnership with Fittipaldi. Venom Power Tires again, because of course, these are big wheels and we need big wheel tires. And they come on board. It's custom wrapped. We designed this at TG Renderings. My rendering artist got down on this. We actually help a lot of people understand what they need. And he wanted something wild. To be honest with you, Chris is a little bit of a trophy chaser.
Yeah.
He likes to go to those shows and collect them medals and trophies.
Yep.
You know, some people are like that, and that's why he went this crazy on this build.
I'm noticing a lot of his joints on this are sealed.
Right? Yeah, no, so yes, all of his bolts and nuts are covered with effing fast billets bolt covers. And you know, if anything about billet, it's not cheap.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, well, check this out. Come here. So here's the thing. Whether you like something or dislike something, in the automotive industry, it's kind of about like your style, and that's what's great about the automotive industry. But you have to appreciate craftsmanship, work, that kind of stuff.
Correct.
So these look like they are 3-piece, right?
Yeah, they are.
Now, when you look in this, that is actually steel. That is all laser cut steel.
Correct.
So when you're looking at this, you've got 3 different layers that you're bending different bends on, you're working things through, and you're fastening it. The amount of craftsmanship, and this is everywhere underneath this thing. So whether I'm into this or not, that's not the point. The point is the amount of love, like labor love, that you can look at this thing and say, each person had to work on this thing and get the fit and fitment and all of this work to work correctly and all these parts to work correctly. Like, you've got to appreciate that.
Man, you're gonna bring a tear to my eye. You keep saying that stuff, because that's the one thing.
Well, it's not like you were doing it. I'm just saying, like, in general,
I tell my clients all the time,
yeah.
Build it for you.
Yeah.
Don't build it for somebody else.
Correct.
Like, it's what you want, and basically screw anybody else's opinions on it. So,
100%.
I mean, obviously, and you know, shout out to somebody who haven't really talked about a whole lot yet, is if you go on the back, it's really hard to tell. This is really big, but up top we have a Line-X bed cover. Line-X came on board with a lot of our projects this year. They did a full spray out on the inside, and they did the bed cover as well. They've got a couple product lines that they just dropped. And again, look how crazy this Gen Y setup is. This is one of their wider steps with a mini step. You've got the stabilizer bars to make sure that there's no issues. Gen Y hitch, I mean, just, these are locking. Again, we got more billet. We got more billet on this thing than most of these builds put together. So, I mean, again, like you said, a lot of craftsmanship, a lot of TLC, a lot of just blood, sweat, and tears in these builds, and it shows right here at SEMA every year.
100%. All right, well, let's go check out some other stuff. You can see that it's just like one of everything, but I think you have some older stuff over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to check that stuff out.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got everything everywhere. So this is Hunter Jefferson from Precision. He's out of the state of Texas. He wanted to do kind of like an old school meets new school / drift truck.
Okay.
And this is kind of the start of his project. It's got a big blower on there. You know, interior's done. TMI hooked us up on the interior. He's got a lot of really, really great partners on this build. I mean, inside's clean, outside's clean. He's got custom pinstriping down the side of it, custom paint job. We're here with TravelStar tires under this build specifically. We do everything, as you can tell from the look of the build. This is a truck that gets rowdy. It's not one of them ones that you're never gonna find a little dent or ding or rock chip, because he's throwing this thing around anywhere and everywhere.
So what do you think about square bodies, like the old stuff, the old iron stuff?
C10s are becoming really popular. You know, for a while there was a big craze and phase at SEMA where OBS, trucks for Fords were a big thing. And now I'm starting to see a lot more of the old square body C10s and things of that nature. So I think it's kind of cool to see diversity. Not everything you want to see when you come to SEMA has got to be the newest and latest and greatest trucks. You can still bring the old school and make it look really cool. And I mean, obviously this has got a lot of attention because that massive blower sticking out of it.
Totally, and I mean, when you're building these rigs, your ratio has to be though, like 70% new with.
Yes, I mean,
like
so SEMA is a trade show. A lot of people, you're going to a car show. No, it's not a car show.
No, it's an aftermarket show.
SEMA has done its thing to try to make it a little bit of both. However, it is not a car show, it's a trade show. So giving somebody the brand new stuff or the practical stuff, that's what SEMA's housed on. Yep. So a manufacturer, unless they're they manufacture only old school interior, they want newest, latest, greatest. The cat skins, they want to show 2020 and up only. That's what they want to sponsor and give. And some of these other brands, it doesn't behoove them to promote something that they don't really sell a whole bunch of anymore. So yes, of course, when it's all said and done, the newest and latest and greatest is what really gets it home.
Gotcha. All right. Any other builds right here close?
I got one here and this whole row over here.
Check this out.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
Cool.
I'm gonna tell these guys to cut that if that's them.
It is.
Hey, they'll boot you. Yeah, turn that shit off. So this is another one of our builds.
So this is even going back older.
Yeah, this
obviously
the owner standing over here. He worked with our good friend Chris Von Ritter. Chris took care of 3 really crazy and amazing builds. His attention to detail is next level. Obviously, this truck is in a great spot as well. It's lay-in frame basically. AccuAir suspension. We got a lot of really cool products on this one as well, but this is a really old one. Yeah. I've stepped out of my comfort zone in the last couple of years and went old school, new school. I like to try to be diverse.
Check out that interior.
Yeah, check out the interior.
Yeah, I think it's pretty sick.
Yep.
So what do you have in this thing for an interior? Like, what's the sound system in this thing? So you can obviously hear it thumping when we're standing here.
So, he's wearing a Kicker shirt, so, we got to go with Kicker. Yep. Living loud, baby.
Yep, Kicker's a good company. We worked with them a long time. I mean, you're boosted.
You got the Whipple on here, man. So she's rowdy too. Mm-hmm. This thing, we can't start it at the show, of course, because you just saw us get nixed on the audio situation. But they don't like you to get rowdy when there's a bunch of people around.
It's a trade show, not a car show.
It's a trade show. Over here, we got another one. This was a last-minute project we pulled in. This is a Maverick. My guys over at NTX Audio Innovations in Texas were the ones that hooked us up with this one.
Yep.
TravelStar came in with the tires. We got new wheels on this thing just for the show. Interior's crazy, and of course, if you looked in the back, you're gonna see an amazing sound system. Obviously, it's MTX audio inside of this thing, powered by that. And the guys at NTX Audio Innovations, which is the little monkey logo on the side here, are the ones who housed all of the installation process for all of this.
That's awesome.
Shout out to all the sponsors, US Mags, they came on board last minute. TravelStar provided the wheels and the wheels and the tire situation. So kind of a cool deal. This is something that again shows a little bit of diversity and flair for our brand.
Definitely. And you started out as a Ford, what?
This is a Maverick.
This is a Maverick. That's insane.
Yep.
What year is this?
I think it's a 2023.
That's awesome.
This guy's a work truck. Again, this is what SEMA's about. It's another one of our projects. This is done by Jake out of California. His business is OC Audio, and a lot of sponsors are on the back. Got a shout out to Rhino Racks and all those guys over there for taking care of us. Again, we've got the Dirt Logic from FabTech Suspension. They actually installed this kit themselves, so shout out to those guys for really coming on board and helping us out on this project. This is something that's a little bit more on the mild side of what we do, but again, that's where SEMA lives and breathes, is the practicality, or it should.
100%.
So I like builds like this, and they're easy. Here's another one that I feel like is a little bit on the safer side of things.
Okay.
He actually drove this thing here 1,200 miles. Made him clean his tires up yesterday because they were really dirty.
Yep.
But this is done out of Texas. His name is Ryan, the owner. And, you know, again, this is a blue collar truck. The guy is a hard working dude. He runs a shop with my buddy Gil from Clearworks. And again, he wanted something loud to stand out, but still be very practical. He's got a toolbox in the back. He owns a ranch, so he wanted to be able to work his truck. So he's got a lot of stuff to work at the truck. Now that we've provided the transfer flow fuel cell and the toolbox, he's got the winch, the whole 9 yards. So a lot of cool stuff for him to use back on the ranch.
Appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Truck Guru, you need something built, whether it's a truck, whatever.
Car, we do everything.
Yeah.
We literally,
I mean,
even though I'm a truck guru, we do anything and everything.
Yes.
So, you know, if it's something, I'm willing to give anything a try and, you know, meet new manufacturers. It's what we're here at SEMA for. So,
all right, how do people find you?
Truck_guru on social media, my TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of it's the same, YouTube, the whole 9 yards. You can find me, Truck Guru, Truck_guru, anywhere and everywhere.
All right, awesome. Thanks for checking it out.